Hi there, I'm Susan McCallion with McCallion & McCallion Real Estate in Southwest Florida. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the dilemma. You're ready to sell your house because the market's so amazing, but you're not ready to move. Or maybe you have renters in your house and the lease ends in December, but you really want to sell it now. Now is a great time to sell. We've got lots of buyers in our marketplace, and the prices for sellers are pretty favorable. So what I would recommend is think outside the box. My mom has taught me that, and my dad too. And I would recommend that you consider the option of listing your home, even if you're not ready to move.
Because in real estate, market high and low depends on the money you might get net from the sale. So that's critical for you. And there's always lots of temporary options.
Yeah, and there really are options.
Lots of options, honey.
If you think you might want to close in August, but you're not ready to move until November, you certainly could find a short-term rental. You could negotiate with your buyer to either allow you to have a delayed closing to November, or you could negotiate a post-closing occupancy. We just did that with another couple. They closed on their home and they needed to stay there another 8 months. And the buyer loved the home so much that they were happy to accommodate that. So the sellers closed on their date, and then they worked out with the help of their attorney a lease agreement so that they could stay in the home for 8 additional months. So there are options. We've also got a client right now who's got renters that are staying in a rental home, and we've got it listed and we've received offers because the people looking to buy are thinking, well, I'll get rental income until the rental is done, and then I can either rent it to someone else or I can move into it. So have you experienced any other options?
Well, that is a very good option for a lot of people. Because, of their job or the family situation, selling the home relates personally to them and their desires of what will happen in the short term. But yeah, it is, and you need to have an agreement in writing about whose responsibility is what, when it will be inspected, how it will be inspected. Things that a professional real estate agent like you, my dear Susan, need to be aware of because you're in the field. You're a professional. This is your full-time activity. And that makes such a difference. It really does.
Yeah, you brought up a good point, and that is I just had someone tell me of a nightmare they had. They were offered a price for their home, and the closing was set to be 8 months out, and the buyer wanted to do the inspection 5 months out and wanted the contingency to be able to cancel the contract if they didn't like the inspection. So this was a for sale by owner. The seller didn't want to leave their house yet, so therefore they negotiated a closing date way far in the future. But because they weren't working with an agent, they made the mistake of allowing the buyer 5 months right to cancel. That's pretty tough. That deal didn't go through, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, and I could see why it wouldn't, honey. Buying and selling a house is a major accomplishment in the life cycle of each of us. And you really need some professional, homegrown advice about the things that can happen because, boy, they really sometimes can happen.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why you need someone who is available 7/24 to give you and share those insights and experiences because the seller or the buyer might not have had any of that depth of knowledge. That makes the difference. It really does.
So, if you're thinking of listing your home now because the market is a seller's market, don't be afraid. Let's think outside of the box together. Give us a call at McCallion and McCallion. Either myself or one of my teammates are always happy to help. And you can reach us at 239-472-1950. Or you can look at www.McCallionRealty.com and click on the I'm Thinking of Selling button. You'll find great information there, and we're here to help.